Hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you 10 ways to destroy Lego stud shooters. As you may know, if you've been following our channel for a while now, we do not like stud shooters very much. This is because they are very bulky and have come to replace the more detailed and cleaner versions of Lego guns, which are of course much better. So today, for our 10,000 subscriber special, we will show you 10 ways to destroy them. We want to thank you all very, very much for 10,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it, and we wanted to make this special video for it, and we are planning to do a Clone Wars mock contest with some great prizes. So make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can stay tuned for that. Also, please don't try these at home because some of them are quite dangerous and we don't want you to get hurt. We want to thank Joao Dives for this idea. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Let's destroy some stud shooters. The first way we'll be destroying a stud shooter is with this clamp. So what we will be doing is we'll be putting the stud shooter in here by turning it, and then we will turn it until it is crushed. So let's do it. So here is our result of our very smushed stud shooter. As you can see, it'll no longer fit a stud. And for comparison, it also has like lots of tiny indents on the outside, as you can see there, which are from the clamp, which has lots of indents on it. And it just made a really crushed version of a stud shooter. So now what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna put it in the other direction, like so over here, so that it will be being crushed this way, and see what happens. So now we have crushed it as much as we can. We'll take it out. And now, instead of a stud shooter, it is a stud blob. What has it become? So now, it has become completely deformed and looks nothing like a stud shooter, as you can tell. So that was quite effective.
The next way we are going to destroy a stud shooter is with this drill. We will drill through the top right here and then also through the side. Let's jump right in. From drilling from the top, the back of the stud has been completely drilled through, as you can see there. You can just see straight through it. On the other side, it didn't get this gray part here. It can't move down, so it's stuck into position, but it did not drill through it. Now let's drill through the side. So this is the remaining of the destroyed stud shooter. It's gotten multiple holes in it. The front can't even fit a stud anymore. We have the top piece of it, and then here's comparing to a normal stud shooter. Completely obliterated. And the funny part is there's like a bunch of little dust of plastic pieces right underneath, which is great.
So for this one, we're gonna use a hammer to smash it. had to move. And this is very hot. Let's just say it's not a stud shooter. It's a new invention, the paper stud shooter. This is the smashed one and this is the normal one.
A bit of a difference, you might say.
Yes.
So now, back at the clamp, we are going to be sawing this stud shooter straight in half. I have my saw here, so let's get going. So now it has been sawed directly in half, as you can see here. Comparison. Inside, it's just flat plastic and it got quite hot. It's still quite warm now. So now on to the next destruction of a stud shooter.
So for our next destructive method is we're going to shoot this stud shooter with our BB gun. So the reason we've taped it up is because we don't want the stud shooter to fly out, and it will keep the stud shooter in place, and hopefully it will get some dents. So the tape did fly off and some damage has happened. We are going to tape it back up and review the damage after we get a few more shots in. Also, before we get to shooting, sorry if you don't see the BBs because our camera does not have a high enough frame rate to actually see them because they're going so fast. Overall, the stud shooter didn't take that too much damage. There has been a few dents. The dark gray thing on the top and the handle did fall off, but overall, it did do pretty well.
Now we are gonna grind it into powder. We will be doing this by smashing up with a hammer and a rock. This is the remains of the stud shooter. We ended up using this plier tool a lot so we could cut it into smaller parts. It's definitely much different than the original.
The next way we will be destroying a stud shooter is by driving over it with a car. Let's get right into it. This is what happens to a stud shooter when you drive over it with a car. Not much. On this side, nothing really happened. It looks as good as new. But on the other side, which is the side touching the ground, there are quite a few dents, as you can see there. It got destroyed a bit, but not as much as we would have hoped.
Next, we will be burning a stud shooter. We will put the stud shooter in this cardboard, set it aflame with this match, and watch it burn. We hosed it off and we looked through it. We think the stud shooter is this part, but we can't really tell because hosing it off was a really bad idea. Next time we need to not do that. But yeah, it's completely destroyed.
So now we will be destroying another stud shooter by using this tool here, which is made for engraving things like keys with whatever you want to engrave. And what we're gonna try and do is just engrave as much as we can to destroy it as much as we can. Let's go. Now I have destroyed it. As you can see, it's covered in bumps and all sorts of stuff. And something interesting to note is the black plastic was a lot harder than this dark gray plastic inside, and this one was much easier to destroy than the black one. So there's a lot more bumps and just grooves in it rather than the black one, because the black one was very difficult to destroy. Let's get on to the next one.
And our final way of destroying a stud shooter is to throw it in the trash. We'll let the trash compactor do all the work for us. Goodbye.
So that was 10 ways to destroy Lego stud shooters. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you get alerted when more videos like this come out. Also, check out our channel where we have many other fun and interesting LEGO videos. And thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it. We're having a mock contest for that very soon. Also, please remember, don't try any of these at home. They're just for fun and they are dangerous. Me and my brothers, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time on Sanders 3 Studios. Bye!